So somebody's alleging that you are soliciting nude images from a minor.
Less than 24 hours after being sworn in as deputy, Kai Cromer was suddenly confronted by investigators for committing one of the most unforgivable crimes. And unfortunately, the pieces of evidence against him are quite solid.
Did he send you any pictures of himself?
Yes.
Anything nude?
Yes.
On March 4th, 2024, 19-year-old Kai Stewart Cromer was officially sworn in as a deputy trainee with the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. Just hours after the ceremony, Cromer reported to Vero Beach High School as a part of a routine orientation visit. But while he was on campus, a student recognized him. The student reported that Cromer had previously contacted her on Snapchat, allegedly asking her to send explicit images. School staff immediately alerted the authorities, and an investigation began almost instantly as detectives quickly obtained a search warrant for Cromer's phone.
So, I'm going to explain why I'm here. Okay, before I do that, this is the subject of criminal investigation. Okay, so I'm going to advise you your Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand these rights? Okay. So, the reason I'm here is the sheriff's office received a complaint, and as a result of that complaint, an investigation was launched. And the complaint was that you were still trying to solicit photos from an underage minor. Okay, so in response to that, a search warrant was issued. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you that search warrant now.
Any search warrant we do for anything, we have to read the search warrant to the person we're serving it to, or the house, or whatever the case may be. So this is going to be for you.
Standard procedure. We have to do this. So in the name of the state of Florida, to all in singular. The sheriff of Indian River County, his lawful deputies, the commissioner of Florida Department of Law Enforcement, any dues of constitute agents in any public. I'm going to ask you now, are you willing to speak to me?
Right now we only have one side, so.
I mean, what is the outcome of this investigation? What are the avenues that you can take here? Am I leaving here in handcuffs?
No, we're talking to you.
We have probable cause for your
warrant.
phone.
So your warrant's going, your phone's
That's
going
just for
with
the
us.
phone.
This
So,
is crazy to me.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, we were not happy when we heard about that this morning.
No.
We were pulled in this morning and said, hey, something popped up. Somebody's alleging a certain situation. You guys need to look into it. So that's what we did. Right now we only have one person that we spoke to, and we never, as you know, you never arrest somebody on one person's story. So that's
if you
why.
get arrested, it's fine. I mean,
If what?
you said you never arrest somebody with one side.
Right, we've only talked to one person. We didn't talk to you, so that's why we're here. We got the search warrant for the
We're here to
phone.
collect evidence. Okay, your phone.
I'd like
is
to hear your
implicated,
side, though.
and your messages are implicated in somebody talking to a 16-year-old. Okay, so we have to look into that. We can't just ignore that.
Right.
So we'd like to hear your side of the story if you're willing to speak to us, but that's your decision. If you want to talk to us and tell us what's going on,
Fantastic.
and great. You want to tell us, hey, pound sand, I don't want to speak to you, that's your right as a citizen as well. I can't direct you what you need to do now. I can only ask you if you're with your rights in mind, if you're willing to speak to me.
And if I'm not willing to speak to you, I mean, what
You're
happens?
going to walk
We
out the
take
door
your
and go
phone.
home.
We take your phone.
We're going to take your phone. That's it.
I know this
and
whole
I don't
situation
mean to
sucks.
be disrespectful to you
Absolutely,
too.
I get
It's
it.
just, I mean, the way I was raised, have a lawyer.
Okay.
It's totally your call. I
really
get
don't
it.
want to be disrespectful to you guys. I don't want to.
It's not being disrespectful. That's why the first thing we do is these are your rights. We
These are your
have an
rights.
investigation, like he
That's
said.
it.
So somebody's alleging that you are soliciting nude images from a minor. That's what the allegations are. That's why we're here. We never, honest to God, we never want to talk to one of our own. It sucks, but it is what it is. Just like you go on the road, you got to take every call as it comes. So we had a call that we had to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
What we have gathered so far gave us enough probable cause to get a search warrant for your phone. It in no way at this point gave us probable cause to arrest you right now. Because like I said, we have one person's side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have your phone. If in your phone you have a bunch of kiddie porn, then we got problems.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like Detective Scribner said, we read your rights. It is completely up to you. It's not disrespectful in any way, but it's completely up to you. If you want to tell us anything, you have the right to stop at any point. If you don't want to talk to us and say, no, you know what, I want a lawyer, absolutely understand. It's your call, man.
I mean, I don't want to say that I want a lawyer and then go to jail while you have my phone.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not in handcuffs, you're not going to jail right now. Okay? You are not going to jail right now. If you want to talk to a lawyer, 100%, we understand. We're not here to make up your mind and do that. We're not here to sway you. I'm telling you right now, if you say lawyer, I'm out the door.
Right.
Okay? There's going to be some administrative stuff on the side.
Just
That's
because
all
it's an
gonna be
investigation.
Because it's an investigation. But right now, the only thing I'm here to do is collect your phone. And if you would like to speak to me, great. If you don't, great.
Understood.
So that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you direction one way or the other. I've read you your rights. If you want a lawyer, 100% understand.
With your phone, I will say, I'm sure you heard the part, it's court ordered that you're compelled to allow access to the phone via biometrics, meaning if it's face recognition
I have
or.
no problem with that. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just the
All right.
interviewing.
No, I get it.
Do you have a password for your phone?
Yes, would you like to take it down?
Yes.
Holy crap. It's an iPhone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
It's a long password.
Like I said, with the counts, I don't have my phone, so I can't do anything about that. But I'll be home soon and whatnot, so. Bye. Thank you.
I would have stepped out, but my work phone has case information on it. Not necessarily yours, but a lot.
A good way to do business. All right, thanks, sir. You have any questions for us?
Do you have my number?
I don't think so. Oh, sorry.
Jot it down.
Sir, do you have your cell phone on you?
During a forensic review of Cromer's device, detectives reported finding digital evidence indicating inappropriate communication with minors. The findings gave investigators probable cause to move forward with an arrest, as well as contact and interview the victims of Cromer's misconducts, according to the information found on his device. The first was the 16-year-old victim who found the suspect in the school and reported.
Guy that was sending me, who was asking me to send him.
Do you have water in there now? You look nervous.
Yeah.
You do. You're not in trouble. You know that, right? Okay. What's your date of birth?
You're not in trouble, okay? So, I get this is hard to talk about in front of two complete strangers. So, we're going to take this nice and slow here real fast. Now, you said a guy was sending you messages asking you for news.
Yes.
So, what platform was he messaging you?
Snapchat.
Okay. And what is your name on Snapchat? And what was the name of the person sending you messages?
Kai Cromer.
Is that what it comes up on Snapchat?
Yes.
So just to give an idea of what we do this every day, all day. So we're detectives with Special Victims Unit. So we investigate anything that has to do with basically a person, like your actual physical, whether it's images, whether it's threatening, extortion, that kind of thing, whether it's actually, child pornography, unfortunately, sexual battery. So we see it all. He's done a lot longer than I have, but even in my short time, I don't think there's anything that surprises me at this point. So what's uncomfortable to you is kind of like second nature to us. So I don't know, I'm sure it's not going to help you relax, but again, you didn't do anything wrong. Even if you sent him something that you didn't want to say anything, and it doesn't matter what happened. Result. Okay.
So when did he start contacting you?
So I knew him from, I think it was 2 years ago, probably now. I worked, I was we didn't really speak, but that's how we met. But he added me through Quick Add on Snapchat, so it pretty much, if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much just you can click the add button and it pulls up anybody that's a mutual friend. So maybe you have someone that he has on Snapchat, so it pulls your name up and you can add anyone there.
Okay.
So he added me off of that.
And that was 2 years ago, you said?
No. I knew him from 2 years ago.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
This was, I want to say maybe a month ago.
Okay.
He added me off of that. We were snapping back and forth. He didn't really do anything like when we started talking, I didn't know that he was over the age of 18 because I knew him from before, so I didn't think anything of it.
Okay.
And then he started like asking me. So he first said I was really pretty. He said thank you, and then he then asked me if I could take off my leggings for him and show him, and I told him no. Told him I had to leave the house soon, so I couldn't. And then he asked me just to keep the leggings on and show him, and I said no, I have to leave. I didn't really know what else to say at that point. And then I thought he would stop because I said no.
Right.
So I just left it alone. Usually, I mean, I have a long blocked list of guys that have done that to me, so I'll just block them. But since I knew him from before, I didn't really think he would go very far. Couple days later, he snapped me when he was in his uniform. I asked him if he was a cop, and he said yes. I asked him how old he was. He said, I honestly don't think he told me how old he was, but he said too old. And I said, and he said that I think his name is Milo Thornton. He took a picture of what he said. It pretty much said that he can keep a secret.
Do you have saved screenshots of that?
It's not screenshots on Snapchat. You can do stickers. So I have stickers of everything that he said to me.
Okay.
There's 8 or 9 pictures of everything.
Can I see those?
Yeah.
Now, you said he was kind of, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
You said he was kind of being flirtatious, saying, oh my God, you're so pretty. And I mean, did he give the impression that he wanted to get into a relationship with you?
I can get you a better one. Not into a relationship. That's the one that I was just talking about. You could take it. Not into a relationship. He asked me if I could sneak out of my house. I told him no.
Did he ask you why? Like, how did that conversation go?
I'm pretty sure he asked how he was able to see me, and I told him he can't, because my parents are pretty strict about guys, with good reason, but they're pretty strict, so I told him it wouldn't be possible.
If I just scroll over, will it show me the other
No,
ones?
you have to click back in here,
okay.
and then you can just click on them, and you can zoom in if you'd like. And that conversation pretty much ended there.
Did you, no, I'm assuming because it's kind of going back and forth, what was your kind of verbiage to him? Was it kind of on the same lines? Like, yeah, I'm kind of into you too, but no, my parents are strict, and no, I'm not going to sneak out of my house for you, that kind of thing.
The only thing I think he could have taken the wrong way was that I said his smile was pretty.
Okay.
But other than that, no, I didn't really feed into it, especially after I knew he was older.
Okay. And you only knew that he was older when he posted the pic of him and himself in uniform?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking to him, when did you, so after you said, was it before or after you sent the picture on the bathing suit that you guys were discussing your age?
I want to say it was before, because I didn't ask him about his age yet.
Okay.
He had snapped me. He asked how I was doing because we haven't talked since 2 years ago.
Okay.
I said fine. I honestly don't remember how my age got brought up, but I told him I was 16.
Okay.
So today I saw him at the metal detectors when I was going in.
He was here?
Yes.
Okay.
And I had a little bit of a freak out. Not sure why. It just really, really bothered me seeing him. And I was standing with my friend because she drives me to school, and I told her that was him. And I was kind of freaking out because I don't have a first period, so I went to my second period, was kind of acting a little strange. I was not feeling well. I went to the bathroom, I saw him again, had to walk past him, kept my head down. And then I went to my third period, and I was talking to her because she makes it really easy to talk to her, so I was talking to her. And I showed her one of the pictures, and she said that she was a mandatory reporter, so she reported it.
Okay.
She pulled me out, and I talked to her and the sheriff that was in there. And then he said that he had to call one of my. I told him it was probably best to call. It was really difficult to get a hold of.
Okay. Is she like a counselor?
I want
or
to say
is she
she's
like a
some sort of administrator.
admin? Okay.
Okay. When you say, because I saw the ones that says, I want to see the other side, things like that.
I'm assuming your butt.
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
it was me in a bathing suit.
Did he specifically ask for, like, how did he ask for, you say he asked for nudes, what was the specific verbiage he used?
Take that off, or take off your pants, or something of the sort, of like take off your clothes.
Okay. So he would say, take off your clothes?
Or yeah, you should take that off.
And did he specifically ever say a body part? Like, was there any very, like, specific language of, like, send me a photo of
Yeah.
X, Y, or Z?
It was usually he wanted to see my butt, and then sometimes he'd ask.
Okay. When you say yes, how did he word it? And you're not, I know it's hard to talk about, but you're not going to embarrass us, but we got to be very specific when we're talking language.
Did he call?
He would say, I don't know his exact verbiage, but he would say, "Show me," or
Okay.
I think that was. He didn't use any other word. I don't think.
Another victim, who told detectives she met Cromer about a year earlier at her workplace, also explained her experience with the suspect to investigators.
Yeah.
So how did you meet him?
So just
Okay. And how long ago did you meet him? Ballpark. Years ago?
A little over a year.
Okay. Do you know how old he is?
Yes.
How old is he?
He's 20 this April.
Okay. Yes, you do know that. Does he know how old you are?
Yes.
How does he know that?
Because I told him.
How old were you? So you would have been at what age when you? And he knew at that time.
Yes.
Okay. So he has absolutely 100% knowledge of your age.
Yes.
Okay. And did you became friends on Snapchat just because you know him? Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you ever have a relationship with him? Did you ever consider yourselves dating?
I wouldn't. We never. No, not like a serious, like not like an actual relationship.
Just kind of talking
like,
and.
yeah,
Okay.
just kind of, yeah.
Okay. And how were the conversations? Because, like I said, we have his phone. We did a search warrant on his phone, so we do have a lot of the content. I got a search warrant through Snapchat that should be coming, but a lot of the content that he has saved to his phone, I want to know what you actually sent him to your knowledge.
Yeah. So, just like, yeah, probably everything that you saw was just like true. Just not things that I'm not really proud of.
Okay.
You know, he's older. I thought I really, really liked him. I don't want to victimize myself or be dramatic in any way, because that's not how someone should go about this, you know? But I was like manipulated, and he would like say things and stuff, and not even manipulated like, oh, I like you so much, like do it please. Just like in the sense that like, and I know my dad trusts me and everything, so it's not like the worst thing.
Right.
I just like, I did do things I'm not proud of, and I am old enough. I am older, and it's really like, I don't really feel like I like went through that. I learned what I had to learn. It was a lesson. I don't feel like it's something that they have to know, right? Like,
Did he send you any pictures of himself?
yes,
Anything nude?
yes.
Okay. Are they still on your phone?
No, I never have had them. Like, it was on Snapchat, so I just
so
like,
is
clicked
it-
off of it. I never saved them. I guess he could have saved something, or has taken a picture of it, because I know he has 2 phones.
Okay.
I know that, and I guess he uses it to do that. But
How do you know that? Other than you're very intelligent, but how do you know that?
know what?
That he uses another phone to image the phone?
Well, I know he has another phone because of like my experience with him, and just like some stuff that would happen, and like if I blocked him or whatever, he would use his other phone to text me, stuff like that, and then I kind of just connected the dots from there, like, just yeah. And especially this, if he still has them, it's probably because of his other phone. Because with Snapchat, it tells you when people screenshot or save, and I never got that, obviously, hence why it went on for a little bit, but.
Right.
Not even a little bit, just hence why it went like on in the first place.
Right.
I never was comfortable. I never wanted to do it, and he was just pretty adamant, like, just like manipulative things that I totally fell for. But yeah, I haven't to anybody else, and it was just kind of him in my life was just like a complete, like I was just a different person when I would come in contact with him. Different person, and he. So.
Does your mom give you, and the way you speak right now, you pretty much, you're the one that's going to make your own decisions. And the fact that it sounds like he kind of swayed you on things that you normally wouldn't do is what you're trying to refer to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's a jerk.
Detective, you have no idea. The things he would say, not only were they like, some things were like just gross and just like, ugh, you know, and I played into that a little bit, but like in terms of the rudeness and the meanness, like it's inhumane. Like you don't say those things to people. You
Do you
know?
always speak like this to you? Mm-hmm. Can you give me an example?
Like
'Cause I know where my mind's going, but
just like not even like I'm not talking about like the gross things or like whatever, like whatever, but like the rude things. It's just not how you treat human beings. I'm trying to think, just like if I'd say something like say how I feel or whatever, just things like I really don't care, like get away, like stop talking to me, like what do you not understand about that?
oh,
Yeah, just like things like that. It's just like
it's cold.
it's just something's not right. Something's not right. So.
And how soon did that start after you guys started like messaging back and forth and photos and all that?
Well,
Was he like that before?
no, he wasn't.
Both victims confirmed Cromer repeatedly asked for explicit photos of them, but unfortunately, that wasn't all. Investigators identified at least 4 minor victims connected to the case. Authorities also said additional victims were possible as they continued reviewing evidence. On March 5th, 2024, less than a day after being sworn in, Cromer was arrested.
Hey, bud. Good, how are you? Like I said, this is just the stuff for everything that you turned in yesterday. Right there, what's the signature for me if you can sign?
Where was that at?
Right here, that's a signature. Oh, it's yours.
How are you?
The warrant for your arrest.
Can you read me that? Yeah, that.
Maybe you want to get on some slides or something?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Don't have anything on you, right? No, nothing at all. Separate your feet for me. Just flex. Usually is when they get kicked off.
He has an attorney, Andy Metcalf.
I just give him a call. Yeah,
Yep.
he can
Let
either
him know.
or tomorrow, or he might even contact the judge.
All right.
And Andy can go to first appearance and enter whatever on his behalf and handle that. So
Usually if you have a lawyer, they usually kind of push you in front, but it's a hit or miss, and when you get seen, it's like I said, 8 o'clock to
Yeah. If you're right,
yeah. Just wait on the hood of that car.
Let's examine the constitutional framework. The Supreme Court established in Miranda versus Arizona that before custodial interrogation, law enforcement must advise suspects of their constitutional rights. This includes the right to remain silent under the Fifth Amendment and the right to an attorney under the Sixth Amendment. The investigators properly advised Cromer, stating, "You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand these rights?" Cromer clearly acknowledged understanding. This established a valid waiver, making subsequent statements admissible in court. Under the Fourth Amendment, search warrants require probable cause. Investigators obtained a warrant based on specific victim allegations. The victim identified Cromer by name and described their communications on Snapchat, establishing clear probable cause for the phone seizure. Florida Statute Section 847.0135 criminalizes transmission of material harmful to minors via electronic devices. Section 847.0137 specifically addresses solicitation and possession of images depicting minors in sexually explicit conduct. These are serious felonies, each carrying potential sentences up to 5 years. During interrogation, the investigator gave Cromer clear choices without pressure or coercion. Quote, "If you want to talk to us, fantastic. You want to tell us pound sand, that's your right as a citizen." This approach respects constitutional rights while creating an environment where suspects may choose to provide statements. When Cromer mentioned wanting a lawyer, the investigator immediately affirmed, "It's totally your call. It's not being disrespectful." However, Cromer never clearly and unambiguously invoked his right to counsel. He ultimately decided to speak with investigators. This decision proved critical. Cromer admitted knowing the victim's age and acknowledged their Snapchat communications. These admissions eliminated any defense that he believed the victims were adults, establishing knowing and intentional conduct. Under Florida law, minors cannot consent to the production or distribution of sexually explicit images, even if a minor appears willing. Soliciting such images constitutes a serious criminal offense. Investigators identified at least 4 minor victims, all 16 years old at the time of the offenses. Multiple victims described consistent patterns of manipulation, establishing systematic predatory behavior. Pattern evidence demonstrates intent and shows the defendant's actions were deliberate, not isolated incidents or misunderstandings. Digital evidence proved decisive. Snapchat maintains server records accessible through legal process, providing exact timestamps and message content. Modern digital forensics can often recover deleted messages from devices, making denials of communication extremely difficult to sustain. Cromer was arrested on March 5th, posted $15,000 bond, and was immediately terminated from the sheriff's office. In October 2025, prosecutors reached a plea agreement. Cromer pleaded guilty to 3 amended counts. The original charges of soliciting explicit images from minors were reduced to possession of obscenity harmful to minors. He received 8 months county jail, 3-year sex offender probation, and a permanent felony conviction. Controversially, under the plea terms, Cromer is not required to register as a sex offender despite multiple minor victims. The Indian River County investigators receive a grade of A for exceptional constitutional compliance and professional conduct. They properly administered Miranda rights, respected the right to counsel, obtained valid search warrants, and conducted victim interviews sensitively. Their swift response demonstrated zero tolerance for misconduct, particularly crimes involving minors and law enforcement officers. Kai Cromer receives a grade of F for serious criminal conduct and betrayal of public trust. He systematically exploited multiple minors, engaged in psychological manipulation, and committed felonies while preparing for law enforcement duty. His conduct demonstrates fundamental unfitness for law enforcement and callous disregard for the welfare of vulnerable minors. The Indian River County Sheriff's Office receives a grade of A- for institutional response and accountability. The department immediately investigated the allegation, isolated Cromer from duty, cooperated with the criminal process, and terminated him promptly. However, the case raises serious questions about pre-employment background screening that allowed Cromer to be hired while actively committing crimes. 3 critical lessons emerge from this case for law enforcement agencies and the public. First, enhanced background investigations must include comprehensive social media screening and peer reference interviews. Digital footprints often reveal behavior that traditional background checks miss, particularly in cases involving online exploitation. Second, constitutional rights protect everyone, including those accused of serious crimes, and must be scrupulously respected. Proper procedure ensures convictions withstand appeal and maintains public trust in the justice system's integrity. Third, if you're a suspect in a criminal investigation, exercise your 5th Amendment right to remain silent and your 6th Amendment right to counsel. Speaking to law enforcement without an attorney, even to explain yourself, rarely improves your legal position and often causes irreparable harm. Digital evidence has fundamentally transformed criminal investigations, particularly in cases involving communications with minors. What suspects believe is private or deleted often remains recoverable, providing prosecutors with compelling, time-stamped evidence. Law enforcement agencies must maintain the highest hiring standards, recognizing that badges carry extraordinary public trust and authority. When that trust is betrayed, swift accountability and transparency are essential to maintaining community confidence. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our second channel for even more police interaction and courtroom content.